All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the 450 North Brewing Company, and they're out of Columbus, Indiana, and this is their Slushy XL, the Sour Worms variant. So they're calling this one a Smoothie-style Berliner Weisse that is brewed with tart cherries, lime, peach, and passion fruit. It comes in at 5.74% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 4.5 months old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Todd, for hooking me up with this one. So huge thanks to him. I will post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Todd sent my way. He sent me 5 different 450 North beers. 4 of them were slushies, and the other one was their slush mellow. So technically all slushies. And I believe this is the third one that I am reviewing. I got a couple more after this, and this sounds pretty good. As you can see, there are sour gummy worms on the label, and yeah, I can't wait to get in this one because I love gummy worms, and hopefully this tastes exactly like one would be in beer form. Anyway, with all of my heavily fruited sour reviews, I pour them off camera because they might gush and explode. This one did not gush or explode, thankfully, but I do so just so we don't have any kind of accidents down here. This one pours out like this really crazy color. It's like it's red meets orange meets brown. It's super thick and viscous. When I was pouring it, like the first half of it, I didn't roll the can, but I didn't care because I was going to pour it all in one glass anyway. So I should have rolled it, but yeah, it poured out like kind of clear at the beginning and then turned into crazy fruit smoothie-like kind of look to it. Had about a finger of this like really weird colored head too, like almost like a light brown that has dissipated to a thin film. You see a little bit of residue, not as much. There's some chill haze and whatnot and some condensation on here as well. But yeah, that looks weird. We'll just be honest, looks weird. Looks like something that might have like tart cherries, lime, peach, passion fruit. Sure, more probably from the cherries and passion fruit than anything else. Wow. This has a very heavy cherry limeade influence to it. Doesn't surprise me. First two ingredients are tart cherries and lime. Makes sense. Yeah, it smells like a cherry limeade that you get like Sonic or something like that, like a slushy of that nature. Crazy. Smells tart, not super sweet, which is nice. Some of these can be too sweet. This one does not seem like it has a huge sweetness to it. Does it smell like gummy worms or sour gummy worms? Little bit, but not too much. It just smells like a cherry limeade slushy, but in beer form, but I guess in slushy beer form. It smells pretty fucking good though. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Todd. Oh. That's cool. That's a fun beer. Body is like medium to full. This is a fruit smoothie in beer form. The mouthfeel soft, smooth, creamy. There's not a lot of carbonation here, so they're going for the full-on fruit smoothie kind of effect. I mean, there is some carbonation, but it's soft and smooth. The front half of the palate for me is cherry limeade. There's tart cherries, there's sweet cherries, and then there's this pronounced like lime kind of juice character. That's right at the forefront. It has a nice kind of sweetness that evolves into a tartness. Right at the front palate, that's what I get. As it passes through though, that sweetness kind of dissipates. It becomes more of like a firm, I'd say like a low sourness. This is not mouth puckering, but it's close. Like a peach pit kind of comes out too. And then it finishes with the passion fruit on the back of the palate. And it hits with a little bit more of like a sweeter kind of passion fruit. So front half of the palate is a nice mixture of sweet and tart, like cherry limeade flavors. As it passes through the palate, it turns more tart with like a nice like peach pit, like the flavor of a peach without the sweetness. And then it finishes with a nice sweet, like sweet tart kind of passion fruit character. So it kind of transitions weirdly through the palate, but in a really fun and unique way. The sweetness is not too big in this one, which is, my worry with all of the slushy beers from 450 North, but just like the fruit smoothie beers. So many times places will use, they use usually fruit puree, and sometimes it's just too sweet, depending on the fruit. Maybe the base beer isn't tart enough or sour enough. This one though, has like a a firm tartness, low sourness to it. It's really nice and refreshing and different. Refreshing in many ways. Refreshing that it isn't super sweet like a lot of these can be, but also refreshing in that it's a super refreshing drink. That's fucking good. That's real good. It's super easy to drink too. It's a lot of fun. Now, would I say it tastes like sour gummy worms? Maybe a little bit, but not really all that much. To me, this is more like cherry limeade meets like passion fruit juice. It's kind of what it is. And I love passion fruits in general, but cherry limeade is my jam. I love that as well. So this one is hitting me kind of in the feels, but also perfectly for like the warm weather outside. Like this is super refreshing. I'm gonna crush the rest of this off camera and just go to town on it because it is fucking just good time. Excuse me, 5.74%. Can't really taste the alcohol in this one, and if I'm to believe that it's 5.74%, you probably shouldn't. So yeah, it's fine with the alcohol. Fucking really good beer. So Slushy XL, the Sour Worms variant from 450 North, I'm gonna give this straight 4.5 out of 5. When it comes to these beers, and again, you know, you can talk to a lot of different people. I mean, these are technically beers, okay? The base is a Berliner Weisse, and then they pretty much condition it on a bunch of different fruit puree, adjuncts and whatnot. So it's like a combination of a Berliner Weisse with like, you know, fruit puree and whatever. These are basically fruit smoothie drinks for adults. They skirt the lines of whether or not they're beer. And a lot of people out there be like, I don't like it because it's not beer. It's like an alcoholic kind of like mixed cocktail or something like that, right? I get it. The base of this is a beer though. And with this one, I can tell with that sourness. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily getting like a wheat component from the Berliner Weisse or anything, but I can kind of tell this is a beer, not a straight on fruit smoothie, like kind of concoction. It's really good, 4.5 out of 5. I have not much more I can say about it, but I get why a lot of like beer purists don't really care for these, but you know, I'm a beer purist in that I love old school styles and I'll still drink the shit out of them, but I also like these new, I like the hazies, I like the fruited sours, I like the adjunct pastry styles. I like it all. For me, there's not many styles that I don't enjoy. So for me, I guess I'm kind of different in that way, but whatever. Price and availability, I believe these were $22 a 4-pack, like most of the Slushy XLs or Slushies in general. And availability, I believe these are brewery only. I don't know anybody out there if you can get these outside of either trading for the beers from somebody who went to the brewery or going to the brewery yourself, whether you're ordering it online for pickup or just going or whatever, how they're doing it now with the whole pandemic. But I have not seen this get any distribution. So there's a lot of people out there that will ask me certainly about a lot of the older Slushies that I've reviewed, like how do I get my hands on them? You got to go to the brewery or you got to trade for them. That's pretty much how you can get your hands on the 450 North Slushy beers. Pretty much that's it. So thanks to Todd for sending this one my way and all the Slushies. I got 2 more to review. I think the Peach Ring variant and their Brunch Raspberry. Both of them, the Peach Ring especially, sounds delicious. And yeah, hopefully it's as good as this one. So thanks again to Todd. Thanks again to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Hopefully you're drinking a delicious beverage or maybe cocktail like this one. And until the next one, cheers.